Okay, we're day 31 of the Ride for America's Hope. Today we rode from Hammond, Louisiana, all the way past Pearlington, Mississippi. So we rode for the first time in Mississippi today. This is just a great experience. Everywhere we go, we meet wonderful people. Just a couple of examples. Yesterday, when we rode into Baton Rouge and then out of Baton Rouge, great experiences both places. I told you a little bit about the bridge coming into Baton Rouge yesterday, riding up over the bridge and then pausing at the bottom to thank everyone as they patiently drove slowly over the bridge because I was leading the pack. It wasn't a massive, lengthy group of people, but to stop there and wave to them and thank them each as they drove by. People were very kind and genuine and replied courteously and in kind. It was a great experience. But also pulling out of Baton Rouge, stopping at the stoplights along the way. Car pulled up alongside, rolled down the windows and said, "How far have you ridden? Where did you start?" I told them Chula Vista Bay, California. And they said, "Oh, no kidding. Where are you going?" I told them Jacksonville, Florida. And they said, "God bless you. May you be safe." Two great, big, massive men who I thought could have easily been men that I wouldn't want to meet in a dark alley, but just kind and genuine and thoughtful and wanting to interact as we both came up to a stoplight and rolled down their windows and wished me Godspeed and God's protection on my journey. So those are two examples. Today, riding from Hammond and then past Pearlington, Mississippi, I got lost for a little while in Mandeville. I very rarely miss a sign, but I was traveling on US Highway 190 East, and I just missed the sign. I didn't see it, and so kept going beyond the sign, and then by the time I figured out I didn't know where I was, it took me a while to get my bearings. I had to stop and ask a couple of people. Two people, a little old lady, who immediately, of course, wanted to know where I was riding to and where I'd come from, and again, the inevitable, "Oh, God bless you and may you go safely and in peace," from just a dear little old lady. And then the next gentleman just talked to me at some length, had been quite a cyclist in his younger days, hadn't ridden for a while, but he said, really, if you're on your way to Slidell and then further, you want to probably take the bike trace. They call them a trace out here. You can get on here close and it'll take you all the way to Slidell and maybe beyond. And so he explained to me how to get there, and I was able to get on this bike trail and ride 15 or 20 miles with no traffic at all, which is just unheard of, particularly when we're dealing with narrow shoulders or no shoulders at all, or debris-filled shoulders. It was just wonderful to be out on the bike trace. Saw several snakes. Water moccasins are very common in this area. So big black snakes along the trail, lots of water life, lots of lily ponds and great big stands of timber. It was just beautiful, and just wonderful people who are willing to take the time and guide and help. Just a great day on the Ride for America's Hope.